It's like before 6 in the morning and I'm just leaving the Alberg. I forgot even what town I'm in. Alberg de Austria is the name of the place. For the last day or two, I've been walking with other people, really meeting fascinating people and having long discussions. Today, for some reason, I just felt like walking alone. I felt like I needed to get away from people for a while. We've sort of developed into this little social family. We have about a dozen of us now. It seems to be ever growing, so we have a group that'll call ahead and reserve rooms at every alberg. But and it's very sweet, it's very kind. We're all becoming quite close. But this is a 30-kilometer day. It's going to be a really long walk. So I wanted to really get out early because the heat here is brutal during the day. And so if I can beat it and get a good head start on the sun, I was thinking I can tackle most of this before the high heat hits. So this is a beautiful little town I'm in. You can see two pilgrims up there. There's two little Oriental girls that get up and make so much freaking noise in the morning. Everybody's like, don't want to sleep in the same alberg as them because they make so much noise. But it's so beautiful. I hear nothing but birds. I'm about to walk by the big cathedral. There's a massive cathedral here, which is just amazing. I'm going to turn around and show you right now. You can see this. It's a really pretty old cathedral. And yeah, it's beautiful. I went in it yesterday. It's so ornate, it's so beautiful, it's pretty. It's really gorgeous. I don't know if you can see this, but up there is a stork. They have storks that land on these things. Let's see if I can zoom in. You see it? It's literally a stork. Funny, huh? Oh well. I guess it's a little too early to get really good shots at it. Alright, I'm gonna hit the road and I'll do another log day later. Alright, it's a little later in the morning and the town I'm leaving is Los Arcos. And I gotta tell you, what a beautiful walk yesterday. Yesterday was like the best walk. It was really long, beautiful stretches of trail, no cars. It wasn't going along some kind of industrial area or anything. It was just really pretty. And one of the little group I'm in, this little family that seems to be forming with an incredible amount of friendship and camaraderie. We all at some point walk with one another, and slowly but surely I'm hearing everyone's story. And one of the things that I'm totally fascinated with is every person I meet on this Camino. I have yet to meet somebody who's doing this that I don't think is a very fascinating person. And what's cool is at the end of the day when we all get together, whether we get at a restaurant and have yesterday when we got in, we went and got pictures of sangria. Oh, it was so amazing. After a hot day, having a picture of sangria, we all just had a great time. It was literally sitting at the foot of that cathedral that I just showed. But we did this exercise where everybody tells what the highlight of their day was. So yesterday's highlight for me was the picnic. There was this picnic we had at the, like maybe near 3/4 of the way on the trail, and we found this beautiful meadow with shade overlooking this great looking field and hay barrels, and we all sat and we ate bread and cheese and fruit and drank a bottle of wine amongst us all. We're just swigging out of it and passing the bottle around, but it was just, I don't know, there's something very magical about it. I really loved it. And then one of the other things that was really cool, one of the women, her name is LaDonna, she, for her highlight, of the day said it was our picnic and also her conversations with me. So she actually saw that as a highlight, and I was like really touched by that. So I don't know, it's really cool. my funniest thing that yesterday, I said it was my highlight. This guy, there's this English guy who just started tagging along with our group, and he's a quiet guy. So everybody's like, hey, who's the English guy? What's his name? And for whatever reason, we all thought his name was Patrick. So for like the last 3 days, everyone's calling him Patrick. And we had no idea. And then when we're all sitting around having sangria, one of the ladies looks over and goes, Patrick. And he looks at her and goes, who's Patrick? His name was Aaron. And the whole time we've been calling him Patrick. It was just so funny. The look on his face, the look on her face. I could not represent that. It's just so funny. It's brilliant. But yeah, it's pretty cool. One of the things that I see happening too is the people that are getting to know each other are really becoming vulnerable. They're sharing a lot. One of the neat guys on this trip, he's a Hindu named Madhu. This guy's hilarious. He actually brought a pressure cooker with him and tried to hike it up over the Pyrenees. And he did. He hiked it over the Pyrenees. A pressure cooker. And we were like, why are you carrying this big ass heavy pressure cooker? And he said, I wanted to be able to cook the foods I'm used to, like Indian food. He's a strict vegetarian. So it was very, very, probably one of the most hilarious things that I've seen on the Camino. And so, but he and a lot of the people are really, they're sort of exposing their souls lately. We're having talks and they'll be like crying and sharing about their childhood or things they're working through. I swear this is the most, call it vulnerable therapy anybody can go through is one of these things. You're emotionally and physically exhausted and you're surrounded by people that don't judge you. And I don't know, I think that's sort of like the cool part of the Camino. We're all discussing like what is the experience of the Camino. It's really not just the trail and the time alone and thinking. It's the camaraderie that you start building with all these people. And we all sort of have the same opinion of there are a lot of people that bicycle this and they come from very far and they zip by, so they don't really have a chance to talk to anybody. It's not like they're building any relationships as they go. I mean, it's a beautiful ride, but I think they're really being robbed of what the whole essence of what this thing is. And in a way, it's almost like you're paddling a canoe on a very still lake. And then you hear the bicycle guy comes like, bing, bing, he rings his bell and he screams, buen camino, and he zips by, and it's almost like you're just buzzed by a jet skier. And he's leaving wakes and it's like a trail behind him. It sort of defeats, I think, the whole spirit of this walk. So if you are considering biking it, I would tell you you're really gonna miss out. Yeah, you can go a lot faster and a lot further, but you're not gonna develop the kind of friendships that you're gonna if you walk with somebody, where you can actually hear the birds and really enjoy the countryside. So I don't know, I'm on a rant this morning. I just feel like talking, I guess. So I will say hasta luego and talk to you later. All right, I'm in the cathedral in, I think it's Vianda. I'm not even sure the name of the city. It's the one out of Los Arcos. I'm about 15 kilometers from there. And this is beautiful cathedral. I came in to get my passport stamped. So I'm in Vienna, and this is the huge cathedral that I just filmed the inside from. And I went in and lit some prayer candle, and I also got my Compostela passport stamped for it. So I'm very excited. It's a really beautiful thing. It's a cute little town, you know? This is pretty nifty. We're on the little old road here, where you can see some pilgrims chilling out and having like a little break. It's about, I want to say, oops, that's great. It's about halfway, I think, to the Logrono is the next town, and so I'm pretty beat. I'm probably going to try to find some kind of little snack while I'm here, and then carry on like a pilgrim. All right, I'm beat. I'm tired. Adios. Hasta luego. All right, so I'm making my way out of the medieval town of Viana. Beautiful little cathedral. One of our little group of people that get together, the guy's name is GW, and he's a neat guy from Holland. He's married with 6 kids, and a while back in Villa Tuerta, there was a cathedral, and he went in, and for whatever reason he couldn't explain, he started crying. And I said it was really touching. I mean, the Holy Spirit's doing something really interesting with this guy. And he said he's never cried before, so he doesn't even know why. And just now, at that same cathedral that I just showed, he happened to arrive right as I was packing up to leave. And he asked if I would watch his pack while he went in and did the Compostela stamp. And he came out crying again. And he says, and I was just telling him I'm really happy that he's going through this and that it's not a bad thing. Don't fear it. That the God is trying to break through that little armor plate that he has around his heart. He's trying to do something really cool with him. So I'm about to launch for, I think, another long stretch. I think it's another 12 kilometers to Logrono. So Viana, oh look, there's a map. It says Viana to Logrono, 11.7 kilometers. So I'm hoping if there's not too many hills, I can probably do it in 3 hours. Here's a map. You guys can see this. Every once in a while we'll see one of these on the map. You know, they'll have a thing. And the good part, this is the best part. If you can see this, the elevation. It looks like it's just going to be easy CV. Oh, thank God. This last part, up, down, up, down. My legs, whew, knees. I'm gonna have to take some ibuprofen because I am hurting. I'm really hurting right now. 30K in the day is sort of steep. And tonight I am booking a hotel. I'm gonna pamper myself. And I'm even getting a hotel with a hot tub. So it sounds like I'm approaching a school, so there's a lot of noise, so I'm gonna log off. I'll talk to you later. Hasta luego.